Exiled from the stars, Yara and Lumea were not ordinary girls. They were princesses of the planet Zelvar, a place full of shining towers and flying cities. Their skin glowed softly in the dark, and their eyes could see through lies. But they made one big mistake. They broke the Queen's highest law. They helped a group of rebels escape from the royal prison. The Queen, their own mother, was full of shame and anger. She could not kill her daughters, but she could send them away. So she gave a cold order. Send them to Earth, make them live as humans. Remove their powers. Let them feel weakness. That was how the two alien girls found themselves inside a small escape pod, falling fast through Earth's sky. Fire burned around them. Their silver suits turned into simple clothes. Their glowing skin became dull. Their powers faded. The pod crashed in a quiet forest outside a small town. Yara was the older sister. She always followed the rules. She sat up first, her heart beating fast. Where are we? Lumea, younger and full of fire, kicked open the pod door. Earth, the place with animals, water, and loud cities. Ugh, it smells like dirt. They stepped outside. The air was cold. The trees were tall and silent. Yara held her arms around herself. We don't belong here. Lumea looked at the sky. We don't have a choice. For the next few days, they walked from forest to road, hungry and tired. They didn't know Earth's language at first, but a chip in their brains started learning fast. It picked up words from signs, people talking nearby, and car radios. Soon, they could speak English. One morning, Yara saw a wooden house far from the road. A young man stood outside feeding chickens. He looked up and saw them. He didn't scream. He didn't run. He waved. Yara whispered, "Should we run?" Lumea rolled her eyes. "We're stuck here. What's worse, being cold or talking to a human?" The boy came closer. "You two okay? You look lost." Yara nodded slowly. "Yes, we are looking for help." The boy's name was Eli. He lived with his uncle on a small farm. He offered them food and a place to sleep. Yara was quiet and careful. Lumea stayed angry and distant, but something about Eli was different. He didn't ask too many questions. He didn't look at them like they were strange. He just smiled and showed them kindness. That night, Yara stared out the window. Why is he helping us? Lumea sat on the floor, arms crossed. He's stupid, or he wants something. Yara shook her head. No, he's kind. Lumea looked at her sharply. Don't fall for a human. You know what will happen. They'll fear us if they find out. Yara didn't answer, but her heart was full of new feelings. Confusion, fear, and something warm. In the next town, Lumea met someone else. Jayden. Jayden was not like Eli. He was loud, tough, and full of secrets. He had a motorcycle and a sharp smile. He met Lumea when she tried to steal food from a shop. Instead of calling the police, he laughed. You're wild, he said. I like that. Lumea didn't trust him, but she felt a strange pull toward him. Maybe it was because he also didn't belong. Maybe it was because she saw pain in his eyes. For the first time, the alien girl who hated humans didn't feel so alone. Back at the farm, Yara started helping Eli with chores. She fed animals, planted seeds, and watched sunsets with him. One day she asked, "Why are you always so kind?" Eli smiled. My mom used to say, when you see someone lost, help them. One day you might be lost too. Yara looked away. She couldn't tell him the truth, who she really was. But every day with him, she felt more human and more afraid. One evening, Lumea returned to the farm in a rush. Her face was pale. They're coming, she said. Yara stood. Who? Lumea's voice was low. Zelvar sent hunters. I saw the signs. I think they found us. The stars above looked peaceful, but danger was moving in the dark. Yara's heart pounded. What do we do? Lumea's eyes burned with fire again. We don't run, we fight. Yara looked at the house behind her, Eli's home. She thought of his smile, his kindness. She knew she couldn't let Earth become a battleground, but it already had. The human boy's Jayden did not believe in luck. He believed in choices and mistakes. So when he saw a strange girl standing under the gas station light at 2 a.m., barefoot and staring at a bag of chips, he knew something was off. She didn't look homeless. She looked wrong. Her eyes glowed a little in the dark. Not much. Just enough to make him pause. He smirked. You gonna steal that or pay for it? The girl turned her head slowly. I don't steal. Then, you're just hungry, he said. Come on, I'll buy it. She didn't say thank you. She just walked outside and sat on the curb, eating like she hadn't eaten in days. Jayden leaned on his bike and watched her. I'm Jayden. Lumea, she said between bites. Cool name. You local? No. He smiled. Didn't think so. That was the night they met. Jayden didn't ask where she came from. He just said, if you need a place to crash, I know a spot. Lumea didn't trust humans. But Jayden didn't act like one. He was raw, broken, and hiding from something too. She followed him. At the same time, Yara was in the fields, walking beside Eli as he checked fences and crops. You don't have to help, Eli said. I want to, Yara replied softly. It keeps my mind quiet. Eli glanced at her. You're different. Not just your words. Your way. Yara smiled. I come from far away. How far? She paused. Too far to go back. He didn't press. That was something Yara liked about Eli. He didn't push her to speak, but he always listened when she did. Later that evening, as the sun dropped behind the hills, Yara sat on the porch alone. Her fingers traced the wooden floorboards, feeling their rough edges. She missed the stars. On Zelvar, the sky had no clouds, only colors and movement. Earth was slower, quieter, but full of feeling. She looked at the stars and whispered, Mother, I don't want to return. Back in the city, Lumea was in Jayden's garage, watching him fix an engine. His hands were dirty. His music was loud. You always make noise, she said. It blocks out the past, he replied. She sat on a stack of tires, arms crossed. You're strange, Jayden grinned. Takes one to know one. You're not like other girls either. You talk like a book. Maybe I read a lot, she said with a shrug. Or maybe you're from space, he laughed. Lumea's face went still. Jayden's smile faded. Hey, I was joking. I'm not. He stared at her, unsure if she was serious. You really think you're an alien? I don't think, she said. I know. Jayden didn't laugh this time. The next morning, Yara found a small, blinking device under a rock near the farm's barn. Her blood turned cold. It was a signal tracker. Alien tech. They found us, she whispered. She ran to Eli. We need to leave. Right now. Wait, what happened? There's danger. Please trust me. Eli didn't argue. He grabbed his truck keys. Where to? Yara didn't know. There was no place on Earth safe from Zelvar's hunters. But she couldn't let Eli get hurt. Not for her. Meanwhile, Lumea was showing Jayden her true self. Her skin shimmered under moonlight, just for a second. Her voice held power. Her eyes turned silver when she spoke her native words. Jayden didn't run. Instead, he touched her arm gently. That's not scary. It's beautiful. Lumea looked away. You should fear me. I'm a danger to your world. He shook his head. Nah. You're just lost like me. That broke something in her. For the first time since arriving on Earth, Lumea didn't feel punished. She felt seen. That night, Yara and Eli arrived at an old cabin in the hills. She couldn't sleep. She stood outside, holding the tracker device. Her mind raced with fear. Lumea called her on the small communicator they secretly used. They're close, Lumea said. I can feel it. We can't keep running, Yara replied. Then we stand. Yara looked at Eli, sleeping. Inside, yes, she said. We stand, but not alone. Secrets and signals. Yara was dreaming, but it didn't feel like a dream. She stood in a silver forest. The trees hummed like machines. A glowing figure appeared before her, tall and cloaked, with no face, only light. Daughter of Zelvar, it said without a mouth. You have broken the sacred flow. Return or be erased. Yara tried to speak, but her voice failed. The light grew hotter, brighter, burning. She woke up gasping, heart racing, sweat on her forehead. Eli rushed in. Yara, what happened? She looked at him, eyes wide. They're coming. Across the city, Lumea sat on the rooftop of Jayden's garage. She held a small black cube in her hand, a signal beacon she had hidden when they arrived on Earth. It was now blinking red. Not possible, she muttered. Jayden joined her. That thing again? She didn't answer. She was watching the stars, one in particular. It flickered in a strange pattern, like code. Jayden lit a cigarette. You're not just running, are you? Someone's chasing you. Lumea slowly turned toward him. They don't chase, they hunt, and they never miss. Jayden exhaled. So what are you gonna do? She looked at him, for once unsure. I don't know. In the hills, Yara dug deep into the earth behind the old cabin. She placed the dream device from her escape pod there, trying to shut it down. It was made to send emergency signals back to Zelvar, but someone had reversed it. Now it was receiving something. She crushed it with a rock. Eli watched her, confused. You said you were from far away. Just how far? Yara closed her eyes. She was tired of hiding. I am not human. Eli. He didn't laugh. He didn't leave. He just stepped closer. I already knew. Lumea spent her day scanning frequencies. She set up wires and small sensors around Jayden's garage. He watched her with half amusement, half concern. You're building a trap? He asked. No, she said. I'm building a warning system. Jayden leaned on the wall. You know, for someone not from this planet, you're pretty good with tools. I learned fast. Why Earth? She paused. Because we broke a rule. Helping others is a crime on our planet. So they punished us with Earth. Jayden nodded slowly. And here you are, finding more people to help. She looked at him. Maybe that's the point. At night, both girls felt it, a ripple in the air, not sound, not light. Something deeper, a vibration in their bones. Yara clutched her chest. Lumea dropped her tools. Far above Earth, in low orbit, a cloaked Zelvarian drone activated. Its scanner swept over forests, towns, oceans. It had locked onto a frequency. The girl's exile was almost over, not by choice. Yara and Eli sat near the fire. She finally told him the whole truth about Zelvar, the rebellion, the punishment, and the hunters. He listened, eyes wide but calm. So? You're a royal alien girl who broke the rules to help others? She nodded. And now the galaxy wants. You dead? She nodded again. Eli smiled. You're cooler than I thought. Yara blinked. You're not scared? I'm scared of losing people, not of loving them. Yara's eyes shimmered. You said, love? He didn't answer. He didn't have to. Lumea sat in Jayden's room holding one of his old racing trophies. You were fast once. I still am. Then maybe we should run, she whispered. Jayden frowned. You don't strike me as a runner. I wasn't. But love changes people. Jayden blinked. Love? Lumea looked away. Forget I said it. I won't. And he didn't. Yara's communicator buzzed. Lumea's voice came through, quiet and serious. They landed. I saw the lights in the mountains. Yara stood. We must end this before Earth becomes a battlefield. Lumea replied. Then we fight. But we fight smart. The stars watched silently. Earth had no idea that war was coming. But love had made. Two alien girls stronger than ever. Broken laws, human hearts. The first shot wasn't loud. It was silent. Just a ripple of heat through the forest trees. A deer fell without a sound. Burn marks on its fur. No bullet, no blood. A Zelvarian hunter stepped out from the shadows, 7 feet tall, armor like black glass, eyes glowing blue. He whispered into his wrist, "Target area confirmed. The exiles are near. Permission to engage?" The reply came fast. "Find, capture. If they resist, erase." Yara dropped the communicator as static blasted from it. She looked at Eli. "They're here." Eli didn't hesitate. He grabbed his shotgun even though they both knew it was useless against starborn weapons. "I won't let them take you," he said. Yara shook her head. "You don't understand. These aren't people. These are machines with skin. If you try to fight, they'll kill you." Eli's grip tightened. "Then I'll stand in front of you." Her eyes filled with tears. "No," she said. "You'll stand with me." In the city, Lumea felt her skin prickle. The lights in Jayden's garage flickered. The signal tower she built went dead. "They've shut down our signals," she said, more to herself than him. Jayden tossed her a crowbar. "Then we do it old school." Lumea laughed, a cold, sharp sound. "You really think that will help?" "I don't know," Jayden shrugged. "But I'm not watching you get taken." For a moment, her tough mask broke. She looked at him, not as an alien, not as a fighter, but as a girl who never expected someone to care this much. "Jayden," she said quietly, "if I don't come back—" "Nope," he interrupted. "You are coming back." And he kissed her. Quick, honest, real. Yara and Lumea met in the forest. No words were needed. Their eyes said everything. "They brought a hunter-class ship," Yara said. "I saw it," Lumea replied. "It's parked in the canyon. 2 guards, 1 lead." "Ragnar?" Yara asked. Lumea nodded. "The same." Yara took a breath. "He was the one who trained us. Now he wants us dead." They split up, Yara and Eli to disable the ship, Lumea and Jayden to distract the guards. The plan was simple, dangerous, almost impossible, but it was their only chance. Jayden and Lumea approached the canyon on foot. "I still don't get it," Jayden said. "Why punish you for saving lives?" "Because love is weakness on our planet," she answered. "Kindness is risk. Emotion is law-breaking." He looked at her. "Then I guess I'd be arrested in 5 seconds." Lumea smiled. "So would I." Yara and Eli found the ship. It was a sleek black dart pressed into the earth. Lights pulsed softly on its surface. Yara placed her hand on a hidden panel. It opened, recognizing her DNA. "Still works?" she whispered. Inside, the ship was cold and metallic. She moved fast, disabling the power core. Alarms blared. "We need to go," Eli yelled. But Ragnar was already outside. Ragnar stood at the ship's entrance, massive and silent. His face was hidden by a smooth helmet. "Princess Yara," he said, voice like thunder. "Return. You have broken the flow." Yara stepped forward. "The flow is broken because we followed our hearts." "Emotion is corruption. Your bond with this human proves your failure." She raised her chin. "Then I'm proud to fail." In the canyon, Lumea was in a fight. One hunter had spotted her. Blades came from his arms, slicing the air. Jayden, threw rocks, tried to distract him. But the hunter moved too fast. Lumea screamed. Power exploded from her hands, something she hadn't felt in months. Her exile was weakening. Her true energy was coming back. She struck the hunter with light. He shattered into dust. Jayden stared. "Holy!" Lumea fell to her knees. "I can't hold it for long." He ran to her. "Then we finish this, together." Back at the ship, Ragnar attacked. Yara dodged, barely. Eli tried to shoot. The bullet bounced off. "You cannot win," Ragnar said. But he didn't see Yara's hand behind her back, pressing a code on the ship's remote. "Maybe not," she said. "But I can still choose." She hit the final key. The ship exploded in flames. Ragnar was thrown back, stunned. Yara and Eli ran. Fire lit up the sky. Later that night, Yara and Lumea sat under the stars again. They were bruised, tired, alive. Jayden and Eli stood nearby, watching, quietly. "They'll send more," Lumea said. "I know," Yara replied. "But now they know. We won't go quietly." Lumea looked at Jayden. "I used to think love made us weak." Yara smiled. "Turns out it made us strong." The capture. The sun rose over burned trees and broken soil. Smoke still curled from the crashed ship. Birds didn't sing that morning, but the danger wasn't over. It was hiding, waiting. Yara thought they were safe. She stood near the river, washing the blood off her hands. Eli was nearby, guarding her with his eyes. "You were brave yesterday," he said. She shook her head. "I was desperate." "That's what bravery is," he replied. Yara gave a weak smile, but inside she was uneasy. Something didn't feel right, and she was right. Deep underground, inside a hidden base beneath the mountains, the real threat had just awakened. Not Ragnar. Someone worse. Her name was Vexari, an elite hunter from Zelvar, trained to capture runaways. She wasn't like the others. She didn't just follow orders. She enjoyed them. The Queen had sent her personally. Her ship was cloaked, her weapons silent, her heart long gone. She received the update. Ragnar failed. The exiles live. Vexari smiled. Good. Let the hunt begin. That night the stars were quiet. Yara and Lumea met at the cabin, trying to plan their next move. "We should leave the humans," Lumea said. "They'll only get hurt." Yara looked at her. "They saved us. We don't leave family." "We are not family," Lumea replied, sharply. Yara's voice turned firm. "Then why did you cry when Jayden kissed you?" Lumea froze. Silence. Then she whispered, "Because I forgot what it felt like to be real." Jayden paced near the porch. He felt like something was watching. The forest was too still. Suddenly pain exploded in his head. He dropped. A dark shape appeared behind him, fast as shadow. Lumea screamed, ran toward him, but it was too late. Jayden was gone. Yara heard the scream, then silence. She ran to the trees but found nothing, just a strange silver mark on the ground and a single black feather. Eli saw it too. "What is that?" Yara's eyes went wide. "It's her. Vexari." "Who?" "The Queen's personal hunter. The worst of them all." Lumea arrived, breath shaking. "She took Jayden." Yara turned to her. "Then we take him back." The next day was a blur. Yara hacked into the broken remains of the crashed ship. Lumea paced, fists clenched. Eli built makeshift traps with scrap metal and wire. Yara found a weak signal, a faint trace from Vexari's ship. "She's in the canyon. Cave system," she said. "It's a trap." Lumea nodded. "Good, let's break it." Inside the dark canyon, Vexari tied Jayden to a cold metal wall. She studied him like a strange animal. "You care for the girl?" Jayden spat on the floor. "More than you'll ever understand." Vexari smiled coldly. "That's why you'll be the bait." Yara and Lumea reached the caves at dawn. The air was heavy. The rocks echoed with old pain. Lumea whispered, "She wants us to come." Yara replied, "Then we walk in like fire." They stepped inside. The cave was full of traps. Lasers, sonic mines, false tunnels. Yara dodged. Lumea destroyed. Together they reached the final chamber. Vexari stood in the center, calm and smiling. Jayden hung behind her, bruised but alive. "So brave," Vexari said. "So foolish." "You forgot one thing," Yara said. "What's that?" "We're not the same scared girls you sent to Earth." Battle broke out. Vexari moved like lightning. Her blades sliced air and stone, but Yara fought with speed. Lumea fought with fire. Jayden broke free in the chaos. Eli appeared from the shadows. He had followed them. He tackled Vexari from behind. "You humans never learn," she growled. "We do," Eli said. But we never quit. Lumea struck the final blow, a blast of heat so strong it cracked the cave wall. Vexari fell, stunned. Yara walked up, breathing hard. Tell the queen. She paused. No. Don't tell her anything. Let her wonder why we didn't die. They left the cave together, bruised, bleeding, but together. Jayden looked at Lumea. You came for me. She punched his arm gently. Don't make me do it again. That night, under the stars, the two alien girls sat with the two human boys, Lumea whispered. Maybe love is not our punishment. Maybe it's our rebellion. Yara smiled. Then let's keep breaking the rules. Rise of the banished. The earth shook. Not from thunder, but from something deep beneath its skin. The Queen of Zelvar had just received a silent message. Vexari failed. The girls live. Humans helped them. Her golden eyes narrowed. Then, they are no longer exiles, they are threats. She turned to the generals. Send the enforcers, let Earth burn if it must. On Earth, no one saw the second ship arrive. It came through the clouds like a ghost, invisible to human machines. It didn't land in the open. It went underground, into the abandoned mines, near the forest. Inside it were 12 warriors, trained, heartless, silent. The queen had chosen her best. Yara stood on the farm, watching the wind move through the fields. Her hands glowed faintly, something that hadn't happened since her powers were stripped. Lumea walked up behind her. You feel it too? Yara nodded. Something is changing. Inside us. Around us. Lumea held out her hand. Fire danced in her palm. Our exile is breaking. Yara looked at her, calm but focused. Then we must decide. Run again, or fight for Earth. Lumea closed her hand into a fist. I'm tired of running. In town, Jayden gathered tools, wires, and metal scraps. We need weapons, he said. Not just alien powers. We need traps, tech, and backup plans. Eli drove to every neighbor's house asking for help. Most said no, but a few, old veterans, hunters, farmers, quietly joined. Yara was surprised. Why are they helping? Eli smiled. You helped me. People notice that, even if they don't say it. As the sun fell, the sky turned purple, and the earth opened. 12 enforcers marched from the mine like shadows made of metal. Their suits reflected no light. Their hands turned into blades and cannons. They moved without sound. And they headed, straight for the town. Yara, Lumea, Eli, and Jayden stood on a hill watching them come. We can't win this, Eli whispered. Yara looked at him. Then let's do the impossible. The first wave came fast. Explosions shook the ground. Lights flashed like storms. People screamed. But the sisters were ready. Lumea flew into the sky. Her fire returned in full force. She lit up the battlefield, melting armor and clearing a dicey path. Yara moved like wind. She created shields of energy protecting the humans behind her. She no longer felt weak. She was what she was meant to be, a leader. Jayden and Eli used the traps, EMP blasts, tripwires, old Earth guns packed with alien shards. It slowed the enforcers, but not for long. One enforcer grabbed Eli by the throat. Yara screamed. She slammed into it with a wall of light, cracking its chest open. Eli coughed, gasping. Remind me. Not to make you mad, she smiled. Stay behind me. Lumea faced 3 at once. Her fire was wild, bright, dangerous, but it began to drain her. She dropped to one knee. A blade came at her, and Jayden blocked it with a stolen hunter shield. You again? She asked, weak but amazed. He grinned. Told you I'm fast. By midnight, only one enforcer remained. Bigger, smarter. The commander. It stood above them all, its body glowing red. You are illegal life forms, it said. You broke the sacred law. Yara stepped forward, shaking but proud. The law is broken, we only broke free. The enforcer raised its weapon. But suddenly, every star in the sky blinked at once. The enforcer paused. A voice came from the stars. The queen herself. Stop. The enforcer froze. So did everyone else. Yara looked up. Why? The Queen's voice echoed in their minds. Because you won. You found power in exile. You built a new kingdom, with love. Something I feared, but now understand, Yara whispered. Then let us live in peace. The Queen said only one word. Earn it. The enforcer vanished. The ship disappeared. The stars returned to normal. The battlefield was silent. Eli held Yara's hand. Jayden held Lumea, who was barely standing. No more running. No more hiding. The banished had risen, and Earth had witnessed something greater than war. Hope. Love was the real mission. No alarms. No enemies. No shadows in the trees. For the first time since landing on Earth, the alien girls woke to silence. Yara opened her eyes to golden sunlight spilling through the window. She could hear Eli in the kitchen, humming while making breakfast. A smile touched her lips, but her heart still carried questions. What now? Were they free or forgotten? Lumea sat on the roof of Jayden's garage, legs swinging, face turned to the sky. The stars looked smaller now, not because they were far, but because she no longer wanted to go back. Jayden handed her a mug of coffee. So, Galaxy Princess, what's next? She took the cup without looking. I'm not a princess anymore. Jayden sat beside her. No, you're something rarer. You're someone who survived. She glanced at him. With help. He smiled. Hey, I was the sidekick, you were the fire. That afternoon, the girls met in the forest. The same forest where their pod had first crashed. But now, it wasn't a place of exile. It was a place of beginning. Yara reached into her pocket and pulled out a small silver stone. It was the last piece of their ship, the final signal device. It's still active, she said. I could call home, they'd come. Lumea stepped forward. And do what? Praise us? Or put chains back on? Yara held the stone tighter. I don't know. Lumea placed a hand on her sister's shoulder. We made our choice already. Later that night, the town held a small gathering. Bonfire, food, music. No one talked about space or war. They talked about crops, repairs, the weather. Yara watched from the side, unsure. Eli walked up holding 2 cups of cider. Why are you hiding? I don't belong here, she said. Eli looked around. Neither do half of these people, that's why they stay. Earth is a home for the broken, for those looking to start over. She looked at him, tears in her eyes. What if they come back? Then we fight again, but not alone. Yara whispered. I think I'm in love with you. He smiled. Took you long enough. Meanwhile, Lumea danced around the fire, laughing as Jayden pulled her into a clumsy spin. You're bad at this, she said. I'm bad at many things, he grinned. But you stayed. Jayden grew quiet. I was always waiting for someone, worth staying for. Lumea touched his face gently. You found her. A week passed. No ships appeared. No voices came from the stars. Yara and Lumea returned to the forest one last time. Yara held the signal stone high. If we throw this into the river, the Queen can never track us again. Lumea hesitated. Are you sure? Yara nodded. I was sent to Earth as punishment, but Earth gave me something our world never did. What? A choice. She tossed the stone. It sank. Gone. Yara built a life with Eli on the farm. She helped grow food, heal animals, teach kids strange star stories under the sky. People never asked too many questions. They just knew she made things better. Lumea and Jayden left the town on a bike, traveling to the coast, then the cities, helping others along the way. She still had fire in her hands, but now she used it to build, not destroy. Months passed. One day, Yara stood in a field of flowers, watching a small spark of light float in the air. It hovered, then blinked out. She smiled. The galaxy might always be watching, but she no longer feared it. Love was never the punishment, it was the lesson, and now, it was their home.